we're trying to find whether cancer has come back in a patient at a very, very early time with a blood test. There's a lot of optimism and cautious hope about where we're going. This market is supposed to be the $20 to $30 billion market.
Onyx Live is proudly sponsored by Humphreys Law and Panacea.
My name is Chris Hall. I'm president and CEO of Personalis here in the Bay Area, and we're an oncology company, and I'm excited to be here with Onyx.
Excited to have you here. What exactly are you guys working on at Personalis, and how is it benefiting patients?
Yeah, so we are pioneering a part of the minimal residual disease market called ultrasensitive testing, which means that we're trying to find whether cancer has come back in a patient at a very, very early time with a blood test. And that gives a couple different benefits. It gives a patient the ability for their doctor to get them access to a treatment way sooner than they would have been able to get access to if they were depending on imaging. It can also give their doctor confidence that if there is no evidence of any residual disease in their blood, that they may very likely be cancer-free.
Are we speaking about patients who have already been diagnosed with cancer, they've been treated, maybe post-chemotherapy, post-resection?
Right. That's correct. They're either post-treatment, post-resection, surgery, maybe they've already been on therapy, and the doctor thinks they've been treated. And what we help the doctor do and the patient do is ultimately have confidence that the treatment's working. And if it's not working, or if there's still disease in their blood, to try to stay one step ahead of the cancer with potentially another intervention.
What type of data are you collecting and what are you measuring?
Yeah, so we're right now in a commercial launch. We've got hundreds of physicians using the product. We've been growing rapidly in the field, but importantly, we've been stitching together clinical evidence. We've been working with some of the top collaborators in the world. We got coverage this year from Medicare for breast cancer, surveilling breast cancer patients over time, and that was in collaboration with an institution in the UK, Royal Marsden. We worked with a large global collaborator in the TracerX collaboration in lung cancer, and have really strong data showing that we're able to find lung cancer recurrence in earlier stages 1, 2, and 3. And then we've been working in colorectal cancer and also cancer treatment on.
I see it. So how has your JPM been progressing so far? Who have you been speaking to?
Yeah, so we come to these industry meetings and we talk to investors largely. We also talk to other biopharma companies. One part of our business is working with biopharma companies, and they like to use this approach and this test to see whether or not their drug is working. Because if you could see the cancer ahead of imaging in the blood, then you can fail a clinical trial sooner, or you can see that the clinical trial is going to work much quicker. And so we provide a lot of value to those companies, and they're here at JPM, so we meet and we talk with them, and that's a big part of our ongoing research effort.
What does the next year look like for you in terms of milestones and key inflection points?
Yeah, so we're focused on two things at Personalis this next year. First is to continue our commercial growth. We've been bringing the test to market with a Chicago-based company called Tempus. They've been our commercial partner, and we've been scaling rapidly, talking to physicians around the country together in a collaboration. And so as we go through the year, we'll continue to bring on more physicians, more patients, and really make a clinical impact. The second, though, is ultimately getting paid for the work that we're doing. And that's all about getting reimbursement. So this year, we'll see us striving to finalize our reimbursement for lung cancer, finalize our reimbursement for immunotherapy monitor. We'll start a whole new effort on treatment monitoring for breast cancer and neoadjuvant therapy monitoring, and for colorectal cancer. Colorectal cancer has been one of the early use cases in MRD testing, and we've been working to pioneer the ultrasensitive approach, adds incremental value to patients.
What do you think the general sentiment is in the industry right now compared to this time last year?
Overall in the industry, this has been a good year. I think there's a lot of optimism and cautious hope about where we're going, and so it's been a good JPM, and markets have recovered nicely over this last year, certainly in the diagnostic sector. So I think it's been a good space.
And in a couple of sentences, what is your main message for investors this week?
Yeah, so Personalis is poised to be a very rapid growth company as we invest quickly. This market is supposed to be the $20 to $30 billion market. If we get just a piece of that, this will be a great investment for investors, and we're focused on executing that and growing rapidly in the next year or two.
Exciting to see how things progress. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Appreciate the time to be with you.